Hey, welcome to So True. And today's devotional is entitled Small Changes, and it's based on the text of 2 Corinthians 3, verse 18. Let me read that text before we get going. Paul says this, "But we all with unveiled face, beholding as in a mirror the glory of God, are being transformed into the same image from glory to glory, just as by the Spirit of the Lord." When Jan Carlson became president of SAS Airlines in 1981, the company was losing $30 million a year and was headed toward financial collapse. Yet in the span of 1 year, he transformed the company and surprised business analysts by posting a profit. When asked the secret of his success, he said the turning point had been telling his cleaning crews to wipe the coffee stains off the flip-down trays after every flight. The business world assumed he was pulling their leg. But Jan Carlson was not joking. His success at Scandinavia Airlines was founded on what he described as moments of truth with each of their paying customers. Since passengers could not see into the cockpit or inspect the engines, they formed their impression of the airline's commitment to excellence and safety from the little details they could see. If the tray tables were dirty, they assumed similar negligence over engine safety. If the tray tables were clean, they felt assured or reassured that the pilot at the controls was given to excellence as well. Carlson explains, quote, "Last year, each of our 10 million customers came into contact with approximately 5 SAS employees. And this contact lasted an average of 15 seconds each. The SAS is created 50 million times a year, 15 seconds at a time. These 50 million moments of truth are the moments that ultimately determine whether SAS will succeed or fall as a company." End quote. The big story of Scandinavian Airlines turnaround is that small changes accumulate into something large and significant. The transformation under the leadership of Jan Carlson did not come about by dramatic events, but through the mundane process of taking care of small details, such as wiping coffee stains from the flip-down trays and making the most of those 15 seconds of customer interaction. What is true in the world of flying and aviation is true in the world of faith and discipleship. God's transforming work of grace is more of a mundane process than a series of dramatic events. Christian advancement is achieved not in big chunks at big moments, but in mundane moments of everyday submission and service and surrender to Jesus Christ. According to Paul, sanctification is a daily process of moving from one stage of glory to another. We read that verse in 2 Corinthians 3 to 18. We go from one stage of glory to another stage of glory to another stage of glory until we are actually glorified. There's no leapfrogging over living the moment we are in for Christ. Jesus told us in Luke 9:23, Paul kind of reinforces this in 1 Corinthians 15:31, that our discipleship, our taking up of the cross of Jesus and surrendering to his will is a daily thing. We're told to take up our cross daily. Life change comes about in a series of small commitments, regular commitments, ongoing commitments, perhaps in the light of Micah 6 verse 8, to act justly, to show mercy, to walk humbly. Paul Tripp, one of my favorite authors, reminds us in his daily devotional New Morning Mercies that we gave away here at Know the Truth some years ago. He says this, "The little moments of life are profoundly important, precisely because they are the little moments that we live in and that form us." This is where I think big drama Christianity gets us into trouble. It can cause us to devalue the significance of the little moments of life and the small change grace that meets us there. End quote. Spurred on by the story of SAS Airlines and the words of Paul Tripp, let's make a big deal of small change grace. For it's a big deal when it accumulates into large results. I hope that's helpful.